Now, I will say this. We talk about Derek Jeter and we talk about his selection to the Pro Baseball Hall of Fame, which I think is, it's a slam dunk. There's another player in New York right now that is like in suspended animation, like what is going on? It's almost like Eli Manning was for the Giants, but at least Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. And it's probably one of the reasons why Eli Manning hung on maybe a couple of years too long, but John Mara felt a loyalty to him, and he wanted to play for the Giants. He basically told the San Diego Chargers, I'm not playing for you. I'm playing for the Giants and all this other stuff. So I think that there was a really healthy respect between the two families and the men that were involved in a lot of this decision-making. There's a guy that's playing for the New York Rangers right now, and his name is Henrik Lundqvist. And Henrik Lundqvist is, arguably the greatest goaltender in New York Ranger history, with the exception of Mike Richter, who won a Stanley Cup and basically won it almost by himself in Game 6 over in New Jersey, which is a game that we'll never forget. And I think the fact that here we are in January, and Henrik's only played in 2 games in January. The Rangers have 3 goalies active, 2 young, great Russian goalies. One's Belarusian, that's Georgiev. What are they telling Henrik Lundqvist right now, who has a no-trade clause?
Well, if you're asking me, I'm sure they're telling him, listen, we got these 2 young guys. We don't have as much use for you, and we'd like to get you out of here so you can go play somewhere.
And try to win a Stanley Cup.
Right.
And I can only think of one team that would make sense for him, where I think he's got to consider it if they come to him and the team wants him. Because I think the team is ready to win a Stanley Cup this year. They have decent goaltending, not great goaltending. And I'm not saying that Henrik is the end-all, be-all, because if he was, he would be in the net for the Rangers.
Oh, it's the New York Islanders. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not the Islanders.
No.
The Islanders have good goaltending. It's the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh!
The Colorado Avalanche is the second-best record in the West. And they have a top line of great players and a couple of really good defensemen, a young kid, Cal Maker, I think, or Marker or Macker, or whatever the hell his last name is. But anyway, if you can convince him, look, we are not winning a Stanley Cup here this year or next year. And we're going to pay you. You're going to be one of the highest paid players in the team, but you're not going to play but once or twice a month because we're going to take a look at these young guys and we know these young guys need to play. Something has got to give here. And that's why, like, if I were advising Henrik, I would say, you know what? You're not going to win the elusive Stanley Cup. You won a gold medal for your country, which was awesome. But in order to win a Stanley Cup, you're going to have to go somewhere in the short term and go do that and give the Rangers relief on their salary cap pressure. And if you took a trade to the Colorado Avalanche, you'd have a real chance of winning a Stanley Cup, if not this year, then next year.
Yeah, but he's made it clear, though, man. He's made it clear that it's...
But he's not helping himself and he's not helping the team. And I guarantee you that it's got to be just eating at everybody over there. It's like the elephant in the room. Like, we all know what's going on. And they went to Henrik and told him, look, this is what we're doing. And he was okay with it because he wanted to stay here. And I get he wants to stay here. And he wants to retire with that jersey. I get that too. Just much like Eli Manning, I hope he never plays for another team.
No, he's not going to.
And I don't want to see Tom Brady playing for another team either.
Well, he might. How many more years left on the deal? What's the...
So Henrik's got this year left and one more.
Okay.
And when you look at the salary cap ramifications for the Colorado Avalanche, there are none. They could fit him in. And if it doesn't work out this year or next year, he'll be gone and they'll be able to pay their front-end players new contracts. Where the Rangers would receive huge salary cap relief, then they can make more decisions on whether or not they want to keep some guys as opposed to trading them at the deadline. And the one thing that I would say to the New York Rangers, do not trade either one of these young goalies. I don't give a damn. Do not trade them. They're too good. They're too cheap. And that's the future. These are the hard decisions that you have to make if you're running a franchise. And I know people around here, and believe you me, I do too. I admire Henrik, and I think he's done great things for our team. And it's just at a point in time where if he wants to win a Stanley Cup, he needs to go somewhere else to do it.